When asking the question how hard was it to obtain the Platinum Trophy, I like to answer that question right off the bat. And the answer for this one, how hard was it to obtain the Platinum Trophy for Cronos, the New Dawn? The answer is pretty damn hard, actually. The reason I consider it difficult is because Chronos is a great survival horror game, with an emphasis on survival. The roughest part of the game is right at the start. Limited resources, poor inventory control, no dodge mechanic. Despite how you might appear in the game, you aren't built like a tank. Your character, named the Traveler, is actually very fragile. The game doesn't go easy on you, even on normal difficulty, and it requires your full attention in order to master. While playing the game, I had a witness come along and check on me after hearing me yell. He soon started to laugh at how hard I was struggling, seeing how hard I was trying to avoid attacks and quickly come up with healing items or ammo in order to shoot. The game doesn't feel bad for you. It will leave you stranded. You can absolutely find yourself in a situation where you're against a pack of mobs or even a boss without any way to heal, shoot your weapon, or anything useful, really. The Traveler does have a basic melee and kick attack, but ask anyone who's played the game, they are completely useless. If anything, melee attacks leave you wide open to other attacks. But there's a reason if you research the game, it's well received. The game is tough but fair, and if you have the need for a game to fill your survival horror needs, Chronos will do the job. The game is also very heavy on exploration, but in controlled areas. The best way to describe it is that Chronos doesn't have a lot of zones, and the zones it does have are all very small but condensed. You'll find hidden items around every corner, and in order to progress, you'll need to explore new angles and figure out time manipulating puzzles. There is some backtracking involved, but you'll always end up circling back to your hub point before you progress further. The exploration is probably one of the reasons the Platinum Trophy can be so difficult. Despite its linearity, you can still get lost. Let's jump further into it. As with any survival horror game, finding collectibles, mainly those involving lore, are required. There are plenty of those in the game, where you have to find comic books or logs from other travelers in order to get a few of the game's trophies. Almost all of them require work to find, either by looping back from your path or figuring out how to get past obstacles. Because of the nature of the environments of the game, these trophies are missable. The advice here is simple. Don't move on until you explore every nook and cranny. It's pretty obvious when you'll hit the point of no return, so make sure you're satisfied before you move on to the next objective. I'd also like to mention at this time that the game's developers had a weird obsession with cats. Cronos takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where a virus has turned humanity into mindless xenomorph creatures. The game has 3 endings and all of them are pretty grim. The game doesn't really inspire a story of hope, and you're constantly reminded of death, dread, and your own uselessness in the grander scheme of things. But they still found time to put cats in the game. It becomes a sort of a thing in the context of the game. The Traveler wonders where all these cats are coming from. Her only companion in the game doesn't question it and is just glad they exist. It almost feels like an in-game joke. But either way, the game has 10 cats. A good portion of them are hidden in plain sight, but some of them, about 3 or 4, really have you work to find them. You don't get credit for the trophies unless you pet the cats. Make sure you pet the cats. As you might expect, the game has the usual survival horror trophies when it comes to attacks and gameplay, such as setting 5 enemies on fire at the same time, kill 2 enemies with a single shot, and so on. Most of the time I would find these trophies to be the most annoying or difficult, but not with Chronos. Because of the unforgiving mechanics of the game, you'll unlock all of these naturally. You shouldn't be in a situation where you can't complete a kill objective, and it's not worth stressing about. Again, the real stress from the trophies comes in the exploration, not in the killing of enemies. The game uses the same 3 generic enemies anyway, and they're found throughout the game. If worse comes to worse, you can just come back and complete these trophies on your second playthrough. You'll need to play this game at least 2 times. I did it 3 times, but I like to go for the platinum without using a guide. But if you decide to use one, you can get this platinum in 2 runs, no problem. The only other noteworthy trophies involve upgrading your weapons and extracting certain essences. You can cheat and reset your weapon upgrades and just upgrade them all at once for the trophy. There are a lot of weapons in the game and you don't have to upgrade them all in full at the exact same time. For those of you more concerned about gameplay, I saw this feedback a lot and I agree with it. While the game has plenty of weapons, you'll end up using 2 of them at any given time, 3 max. That's because only 2 are really necessary once you get used to the game. And like I mentioned a few times already, the game's hard. You'll need all the inventory slots you can get. As for the essence mechanic, the Traveler is going around extracting certain people's essences throughout the game. She's literally going around the time absorbing people's memories and uploading them into her own. The essence mechanic for the trophy system is the most important because it's probably the most confusing and the most missable. I recommend looking up a guide for the essence trophies. That's really it when it comes to the achievements. I loved getting the platinum for this one because there was no grinding and the trophies were straightforward. I don't want to make it sound like getting the platinum trophy for this one was easy, because it's not, but I will say it was routine. It's exactly what you expect. Survive, explore, don't die. This one doesn't have anything grindy in it. Personally, I judge a good platinum based on how long I spent looking up guides, and I didn't really have to for this one. I will compliment this game and its trophy system. I hate to say this, I really do, but while playing the game, I felt like this is the exact game Metroid Prime 4 should have been. The Traveler is a strong female protagonist going up against all odds using strange technology and utilizing it through time travel. The game's atmosphere is foreboding and relentless. It doesn't hold back. If you read some of the notes and lore scattered throughout the game, you'll find children screaming for their parents, notes of elderly civilians afraid and alone about to die, and even soldiers shaking because they're going to be given the order to open fire on the sick. It's grim, and it's good, and I highly recommend it. I do save the criticisms for last, so here they are. I wish the game wasn't $60. I'd be happier if it was closer to $50 or $40. The game's very short. You won't be spending a lot of time in it even if you explore a lot. It only took me longer because I was trophy hunting, but even as a hunter, it's a short game. There's a hard mode, which is required to beat for a trophy, but there's no very hard mode, or nightmare mode, or even an instant death mode. I know I said at the very start of the video that the game is hard, and it is, but Cronos is one of those games that gets easier the more you play it. As you unlock more inventory, you have more funds for ammo, and increase your suit's power, you get more comfortable with the game. My third playthrough was much smoother than my first, which is fine, but to counterbalance, I wish Blooper Team put in a mode that felt punishing both for the casual player and the trophy hunter. Maybe in the future, we'll see. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Such is our calling.
That is all that is said.